Heredity is the process by which traits and characteristics are passed from one generation to the next. It is the reason why children often resemble their parents and share certain physical and genetic characteristics. Here are some basic concepts of heredity that an 8th grader should understand. 1. Genes. Genes are the basic units of heredity. They are segments of DNA that contain instructions for building and maintaining the various structures and functions of an organism. Genes determine traits such as eye color, hair texture, and the risk of certain genetic diseases. 2. Chromosomes. Genes are located on structures called chromosomes. Humans typically have 46 chromosomes, organized into 23 pairs. One chromosome in each pair is inherited from the mother, and the other from the father. 3. Alleles. Alleles are different versions of a gene that can result in variations of a particular trait. For example, there are different alleles for the gene that determines blood type, resulting in variations like A, B, AB, and O. Blood types. 4. Dominant and recessive traits. Some alleles are dominant, meaning that they will be expressed as a trait even if only one copy is present. Others are recessive, and both copies of the allele need to be present for the traits to be expressed. For example, in the case of eye color, brown is a dominant trait, and blue is a recessive trait. 5. Punnett square. Punnett squares are a helpful tool for predicting the possible outcomes of a genetic cross between two individuals. They can be used to determine the likelihood of specific traits being passed on to offspring. 6. Homozygous and heterozygous individuals can have two of the same allele. For a particular gene homozygous or two different alleles heterozygous. Homozygous individuals have identical alleles, for example, AA or AA, while heterozygous individuals have different alleles, for example, AA. 7. Inheritance patterns. There are different patterns of inheritance, such as autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, and sex-linked inheritance. These patterns determine how traits are passed from one generation to the next. 8. Genetic variation. Genetic variation is essential for the survival and evolution of a species. It ensures that individuals within a population have different traits, which can be advantageous in changing environments. 9. Mendel's laws. Gregor Mendel, an Austrian scientist, is known as the father of modern genetics for his work on pea plants. He formulated the laws of inheritance, including the law of segregation and the law of independent assortment, which describe how genes are inherited from one generation to the next. 10. Environmental influence. While genetics play a significant role in determining traits, environmental factors can also influence how traits are expressed. For example, nutrition, exposure to sunlight, and physical activity can affect height, skin color, and other characteristics.